Well, the injuries keep piling up for the New England Patriots, but yet they remain in control of that #1 seed, and the Carolina Panthers stay undefeated, but the Arizona Cardinals are right up there with them as a force to be reckoned with in the NFC. We'll be covering all that and much more coming up on the NESN Football Update. Welcome into the NESN Football Update. I am Michaela Vernava alongside Doug Kyde, and we are here at Gillette Stadium where the Patriots are coming off another win against the Tennessee Titans. They now advance to 12-2, and they have clinched a first-round playoff bye, but not yet home field advantage, although they are sitting in the #1 seed. But this depleted Patriots squad, the injuries just keep piling up. We saw in the Titans game, Danny Amendola and Dante Hightower went out with a knee injury, also Patrick Chung with a hip issue. Doug, at this point in the season, what is more important? Is it more important that the Patriots try to clinch that home field advantage in the playoffs, or do they rest the guys that are a little banged up right now and save them for the playoffs?
I think that they just kind of keep having to move forward. Tom Brady actually said that on the radio on Monday that, once you've got the gas pedal down, you don't really want to let up before the playoffs start. And obviously they do have that first round bye. But I think that regardless of what anyone thinks the Patriots should do, they're going to keep playing those starters at least until they get that #1 seed locked up. Maybe we'll see some guys sit out once Week 17 rolls around. But at least in this game, I would continue to expect to see Gronkowski out there, Brady out there. Probably not Amendola or Hightower just because those knee injuries did pop back up again. But I think the starters will be out there. And, it's only a 53-man roster. You can only have 46 guys active on game day. So teams don't really have a choice. You have to play some starters in these games. I think that we will continue to see that. At the same time, I don't think they'll be rushing guys like Edelman or McCourty back into this game with their current injuries.
Well, up next for the Patriots is their AFC East rival, the New York Jets. And when the Jets came to town in Week 6, they did give the Patriots a little bit of a run for their money. It wasn't exactly an easy one. And that was when the Patriots were at full strength. Now, with all these injuries that we mentioned, what do you think that this matchup is going to look like this time?
I think it will be tough, and it being in New Jersey definitely just makes it that much more difficult for the Patriots. And I think it really will kind of come down to the Patriots' defense in this game, because the offense has really only been able to string together, one good half in these last few weeks. Their defense has really been stepping up, and as long as they play 60 minutes in this game against Ryan Fitzpatrick and that Jets offense, I think the Patriots should be able to take this one away, but it's not going to be quite as easy as past matchups between these teams. And like I said, I think that it really is going to be coming down to that Patriots defense. They might not be with Dante Hightower in this game, so Jamie Collins is really going to have to step up. Chris Ivory has kind of struggled in the recent weeks for the Jets, but Bilal Powell has been stepping up for them in the run game. So this is definitely a challenge. Patriots should be able to win it. I don't know if they will, though. This could be a tough matchup.
Well, the Jets also on a bit of a winning streak, winning their last 4, so we will see. Thanks, Doug.
The chase for this guy is heating up, and with 2 weeks to go in the regular season, 6 teams are locked into the playoffs, and now the focus shifts to the possible movers and shakers of Week 16. 2 games that will be taking center stage in the postseason dance this weekend will be Bengals-Broncos at Mile High in Denver on Monday, and Packers-Cardinals Sunday at Phoenix Stadium. The 2 seeds from both conferences will go head-to-head against the 3 seeds in games that will result in crucial playoff implications any way they shake out. Let's start with the AFC. The second-seeded Bengals secured their 5th straight postseason berth with Sunday's 24-14 win over the San Francisco 49ers, but a loss against Denver could mean very good news for the Broncos. If Denver wins or ties on Sunday, they will clinch the AFC West so long as the Chiefs lose or tie against the Browns. They also have an opportunity to secure a playoff spot if one of the following scenarios plays out: a win or tie and a Jets loss, a win and a Steelers loss or a tie and a Steelers loss. Now on to the NFC. The Green Bay Packers clinched a playoff spot with a 30-20 victory over Oakland on Sunday, and the team can still maneuver its way into a first-round bye with some help, but the goal of Sunday's game against Arizona is to nail down the NFC North. To do that, they need a win against the Cardinals in a Viking loss or a tie and a Vikings loss. Another game to keep an eye on this weekend is the Redskins at Philly. The Redskins can clinch the NFC East with a win over the Eagles or a tie and a Giants loss.
I'm Mike Cole with this week's NFL Power Rankings. The Week 16 Power Rankings center around one of the NFL's worst divisions, the NFC East. The team on the rise this week is the Washington Redskins. Remember back in mid-October when critics were all over Washington head coach Jay Gruden for sticking with Kirk Cousins as a starter? Well, there's a reason Gruden's an NFL head coach and we're not. After a Week 6 loss to the Jets, Cousins posted a 115 passer rating, and the Skins are 5-3 during that time. They're now in the driver's seat in the NFC East with a huge matchup this week with the Philadelphia Eagles that could clinch Washington's division. Speaking of, the Eagles are a team on the way down this week. After a fluke win in New England and a win over the hapless Bills, the Eagles are back to being what they thought they were, disappointing. Philly was embarrassed Sunday night against Arizona, and there's something weird going on with that DeMarco Murray situation, as Chip Kelly's prize free agent signing got just 2 carries in the loss to Arizona. Washington shouldn't put them out of their misery Saturday night. As for the top 3, there's no change, with Carolina, Arizona, and New England occupying the top 3 spots. For the entire NFL Week 16 power rankings, go to NESN.com/NFL.
I'm Nicholas Goss with your Week 16 Fantasy Football Mailbag. Our first question comes from Pete on Twitter. He wants to know if you should start Tom Brady or Cam Newton in his championship matchup this week. This is a tough choice, but Newton is the best bet. He's thrown 5 touchdown passes in 3 of his last 5 games, and he's also giving fantasy owners points on the ground with 214 rushing yards and a touchdown over that same span. He's also doing a pretty good job protecting the football, with only 1 interception in his last 6 games. Our next question comes from Derek on Twitter. He has 3 running backs, Latavius Murray, Lamar Miller, and Charkendrick West, and he can only start 2 of them. Murray is a must-start because he's playing a San Diego Chargers defense that gives up the 9th most rushing yards per game and the 3rd most yards per carry. West also is a good start and has scored a touchdown in 4 of his last 7 games. He's back to being the Chiefs' #1 running back after a brief injury battle. Miller is too much of a risk for fantasy owners because he's had 20-plus touches in only 1 of the last 5 games. The Dolphins, for some reason, don't use him enough, and his value in non-PPR leagues is minimal.
Hey everyone, I'm Andre Cacciaturian here to give you some picks for Week 16. For my lock of the week, I like the Denver Broncos 3.5-point favorites over the Cincinnati Bengals. Listen, I know A.J. McCarron was decent against San Francisco last week, but he's a rookie quarterback going up against the best defense in the league in terms of yards per play. I expect multiple turnovers from a Denver D that is trying to bounce back after a tough game against Pittsburgh. Brock Osweiler doesn't have a bevy of experience under his belt either, but at least he's at home and he has some confidence after beating the Patriots earlier this season. These are 2 similar teams, rookie quarterbacks, 2-headed running attacks with strong defenses, but I'll take Denver, who has a slightly better defense at home. My upset of the week, I'll take the New York Giants 7-point underdogs against the Minnesota Vikings. I understand Odell Beckham is out and the Giants are on the road. There's absolutely nothing that stands out on the Vikings. Teddy Bridgewater doesn't scare me. Adrian Peterson is banged up, and that defense is slowed down a bit. Plus, despite their record, the Giants might actually be the best team in the NFC East. 7 of their 8 losses have been decided by less than 7 points, and with a 7-point spread against the Vikings, I think the Giants can keep it within a touchdown or maybe even win. Now let's send it to Jackson the dog, who's with Michaela for his pick of the week.
It's time for Jackson's Week 16 predictions. He's going to be picking the game between the Arizona Cardinals and the Green Bay Packers. Jackson, when I throw these tennis balls, I need you to tell me who's going to win the game. Ready, man? Ready, man? Who's going to win the game? Oh, you batted someone. Really out of the park. What do you pick? Can't decide. Oh, back to the Cardinals, his original choice. Well, that just about does it for this week's edition of the NESN Football Update. But all around us, there is some holiday spirit here at Gillette Stadium. There's an ice skating rink behind us. And Doug, correct me if I'm wrong, just going out on a limb here, but I would peg Bill Belichick as the Scrooge type around the holidays. Do you think come Christmas Day he's going to be working the players pretty hard?
Yeah, I think he will probably force those guys to practice. Maybe not on Christmas morning, maybe Christmas afternoon, but I'm really hoping for no transactions this year. You don't want to see any players cut on Christmas Day, and I don't really want to have to write about them and work on Christmas Day. So please, Bill, no transactions this year.
Well, amen to that. And for all of us here at NESN, thanks for watching and happy holidays.